wanted to give Ed more of my time, but it's too much time. I am kind of losing my identity, so I'm going back to work.
The f you are.
Awesome! Here we are in Arkansas, pretending that Ed and Liz did not already have a disaster engagement party.
We're getting ready for our engagement party. My family's hosting it, and I'm a little bit afraid. What if it doesn't go well?
I mean, what could possibly go wrong the second time?
She's a track star. She gon' run away when it gets hard.
Luckily for Ed, he has a huge advantage out here in Arkansas. This part of his family hasn't witnessed firsthand how toxic these two really are together.
You told me when you were drunk the other night that you would rather sleep with Alex her than me.
Oh, and what have you told me when you're drunk? What do you tell me?
I just said
bullshit.
you had a small.
So as long as they can stay sober and don't act like complete idiots, this should be fine.
Okay, here's to engagement party number 2. Let's not f it up.
Ed thinks that if this does go well, that it could open up the possibility to repair his relationship with his mom. But the chances of that seem pretty low. From what we know on the tell-all, once Ed and Liz got engaged, they kicked old Norma out of the house. And this was around the same time that Ed said he was proud to take care of his 80-year-old mother. Poor Norma.
You guys, Ed and Liz are here?
A few moments later.
Go in the other room, man. It's too loud in here.
All right, I'm gonna switch out.
He told me he would not leave my side. Second we walk in the door, boom, gone. I'm disappointed.
Well, she had to be upset about something today. These people threw them an engagement party in a castle, and Liz actually has to talk to them alone. Darn.
So I'm very intrigued. Are there any wedding plans? Do you have a date set? We don't have a date for the wedding. We're in no rush.
I wonder if the people that paid for this party knew that. We know that Ed and Liz agreed not to get married and just work on their relationship.
I don't want to be a divorcee again. Let's get through this, then we can talk about if we're ready to get married.
But they won't tell the family that story because they need to pretend that they are a couple in a healthy relationship that doesn't throw away rings or accuse each other of eating 7-Eleven nachos. Instead, let's just shift the blame for not having a wedding date on something else or someone else.
The pressure of a wedding and his mom not being on board.
I can't tell if Ed's sister is making this face because she agrees or if she just now realizes that Ed and Liz will never get married if they're waiting on Norma.
Because I don't want to look back in a year or two and then have that be a regret.
It seems like all of the family knows about Ed and Liz kicking Norma out, and they don't seem to be mad at Ed for it, which I find interesting. At least someone in this room has to have seen the show, but they must not know Ed's entire story if they are supportive.
I just hope Norma and Tiffany can get to the point where they can be supportive.
And clearly, whoever ordered this cake doesn't know that she said yes because Coyote said no first. On their last day in Arkansas, Ed and Liz spend time four-wheeling with Ed's family, and they surprisingly end their trip with no drama, but they are headed back to a tornado of problems in California.
Liz and I are going to be facing, the same challenges that we're going to have to deal with.
And when they finally get back, Liz has some new problems that she shares with her friends.
I am gonna go back to work full-time again.
That's good. I don't think that that's a bad thing at all.
That shouldn't be a problem, but remember, Ed doesn't want Liz to have any time away from him unless it's to work out.
I burned through my savings, and not having anything in my savings anymore is really stressing me out.
Liz wants to be more financially stable and have some space from Ed. And when we see her talk about working and being away from the Mucinex man, she looks the happiest we've seen her. Look at that glow. Less Ed looks good on you, Liz.
Big Ed the Bee wants to remind you to subscribe to this channel. If you don't, he will fly into your house and body shame you.
It makes no sense to go to the gym and then go to 7-Eleven and eat nachos.
I'm scared that it's too much independence.
Stop minimizing yourself and not reaching your full potential because you're afraid you're going to get in trouble for it.
Since the engagement party, her friends are less of a fan of Ed. I think it was the friend on the right that she was going to actually stay with after she threw a ring in the bushes.
Liz, I'm done with you letting him walk all over you. I really am. I really am. You deserve so much better.
And these two really wonder why no one supports their relationship. People witness how toxic it is and don't forget.
You're too good for him.
Liz is going back to work to get her independence back, but also for another very good reason.
I just found out that my daughter's father got restationed out of the country. I have to think about where's her best stability.
There is nothing stable about Liz and Ed's relationship.
If we're to go to mediation about this, what will be thrown back in my face?
Liz was on the single life with Ed in season 1 and a part of season 2, and now we just watched her drunkenly run away on this season of Happily Ever After. So if anyone just simply Googled Ed and Liz, they would get a library of dysfunction that could be thrown in her face.
I need him now more than ever. Are we partners or not partners?
Wouldn't this be the time to cut ties with Ed completely? Being with Ed cannot help this situation at all.
My daughter's father has full custody, and I have my daughter from time to time, and I don't really know where Riley is going to end up.
I'm not going to comment on Liz's custody situation because I don't know anything about it. But it sounds like Liz is trying to get herself in a more stable position. But she is with Ed, and he is already not supporting her going back to work when it sounds like she really needs to. If Ed is not good for Liz, there's no way that he's good for Liz and her daughter.
If he can't stand by and be whatever the best you need for that, no. That. This is gonna be the true test.
So like everyone has said a million times, they need to break up. If Liz won't do it for herself, I hope she does do it for her daughter. Ed and Liz take needing more stability as a cue to look for a new house. And this decision is confusing. They just said that they aren't ready to get married, but they want to own a house together? Ed brags about having a background in design, and the realtor already looks annoyed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This could be a slider. It could even be like a muted glass.
Can you picture it, Liz, living in this house with this obnoxious guy forever and ever and ever?
This is really fantastic.
It's listed right now at 1.295.
I have enough to put 20% down, but not on 1.2.
Can't afford it? Where did all of your Cameo money go, Ed?
To invest money into a home together, I don't know if we're ready.
Liz just said that she doesn't have any money in her savings anymore, so could she really be ready right now?
I burned through my savings.
I'm again getting really lost in this storyline, because Liz then says that she wants a fresh start in a new city.
Realistically, there's nothing here for me. It's just breakups, getting back together.
But she just said that she's back to working full-time in San Diego. But isn't her job here? What is happening?
I can't do the bickering, the fighting, or the drama, or worry about friends or family, and I just want a clean slate.
So moving will fix all of this? Does she just want to follow her daughter? Because that would be the only way that this makes sense.
If I have any chance to keep Riley from moving out of the country, I really need the emotional stability with Ed.
So all in one episode, we went from Liz saying she's going back to work full-time, to them looking to buy a new house, to her saying that she wants to move out of the city, away from her full-time job and a house she wants to buy.
I'm committed to being with Liz and having a relationship work. And if that means I have to uproot myself after 40 years and move to another city, I will.
For a second, I thought this was to follow her daughter because she might be moving out of the country. But then Ed says this.
Okay, Palm Springs. Let's start there. Okay?
So they're looking to live in Palm Springs or just get away for a few days? My head is spinning because in the next episode, Liz talks about becoming a partner for her restaurant in San Diego, where she just said she doesn't want to live.
I don't want you working 80 hours a week. That's what a partner does. I want a wife.
Sounds like a breakup, the way that you're making me feel.
If someone has a better explanation of what's going on, please tell me. Hopefully next week's episode can give us some more clarity of what's really going on, or we'll just get even more confused. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!